Today decided to let Juliet and Katie paint their own shoes. We're doing a tie-dye look here. Catherine wanted to start with, or we started with her since hers were lighter colors. She wanted pink and blue, kind of like a cat and candy color scheme here. So I cut these stencils in advance, laid them down on the shoes, heat set them with the heat gun, taped off the shoes and all that kind of stuff, and then mixed the Angelus with the 50-50 with the too thin to get it to shoot through the airbrush. The airbrush is a little too big for her to hold normally, so I think I might actually invest in one of the trigger ones, just because I think that it would make it more accessible or a little bit easier for her and Juliet both actually to do some airbrushing. Try to get them to used to it. Here's Jules. She first time playing with it, she pulled back on the paint and just blasted that purple out the cap. Juliet was going with a purple and black with the white background for it. So here is her playing around with it, trying to get where she wanted to paint a little bit here and there. Trying to give her some tips on, like, she was just pulling back on the paint but not putting air, or she was just doing air and no paint, so I was trying to get her to do both. As you can see here. And see what else she's got going on here. Picked it up so I could help her get a little spots here and there. So we can get the back of the shoes here. Alright, I just cleaned out the airbrush and switched over to black. And she wanted to do the toe of the shoe. And then she was trying to do a swirl, kind of like the images of tie-dyes that she had seen. She was trying to do a swirl attempt. I had to get her to she kept trying to turn it sideways. And she was going to end up pouring all the paint out of the cap onto the shoe, or, well, actually the worst scenario would be onto the shoe, but almost onto the cardboard we were using here as a little spray paint booth, so to speak. There she goes. Then gave him some tweezers and had him, once it dried, gave him the tweezers and was like, go ahead, take all the stencil off. This lasted for probably about half a shoe, maybe, almost a full shoe, and then they ended up giving up and leaving me with the tweezers and shoes. So I peeled off the rest of them, and then cleaned all the tape off the sole of the shoe. Bam, right there. So that's with all the tape off. I also took all the padding out of the inside of it, the paper. Finished these up, took some pictures. And once I did that, now they are letting them dry a little bit longer. Then I'm sealing them, which is what I just did right before here. So this is with 2 coats of seal on them, letting them dry, and boom, done.